Happy Tuesday, year 3. Yesterday we did multiplying. Today we're doing multiplying by 10. And lots of you might be saying that's really easy, but this will help you understand what it really means. Okay, so when we multiply by 10, what happens to the 7? If we did 7 times 10, what would actually happen to the 7? Okay, so the 7 starts off in the ones. When we multiply by 10, the 7 will move into the tens, and therefore we have 0, 1, so we need to fill it in the 0 in the ones gap. So the 7 shifts from the ones to the tens, and then we need to fill the gap that it left with 0. 7 times 10 is 70. What happens when we multiply 95 by 10? You might be thinking that's not in the 10 times tables, Miss Miletto, but then they will shift one place value and a 0 will go where they've shifted. So the 9 will shift from the tens to the hundreds, the 5 will shift from the ones to the tens, and therefore we need a 0 in the ones. So nice and easy, the 5 is in a 1 and a 0 next to it. The 1 and the 5, the 1 will shift into the hundreds, the 5 will shift into the tens, and therefore we need a 0 in the ones. Same with the 65, 650, 70 times 10 will be 700, 77 by 10 will be 770, and 46 times 10 will be 460. It looks like I've just added a 0 onto all of them. Now I have, but what you need to understand is it shifts into the next place value. That is why we have to add a 0. So let's match calculations. You can pause the screen and give it a go yourself first, or you can do it on your own lesson, and then you can have a look if you got it right. Now I know 10 times 10, nice and easy, is 100. Okay. What's the next smallest one? This one. 15 times 10 will be 150. 36 times 10 will be 360. 65 times 10 will be 650. So 88 times 10. Remember, every time it's just the tens shifting into hundreds, the ones shifting into tens, and then a 0 on the end. 880. 32 times 10, 320. 58 times 10, 580. And therefore 74 times 10 must be 740. So you can have a go to see how many answers you can get in your monkey multiplication. Okay, see if you can get all 10 correct answers within 2 minutes. I'm not going to give that one a go. What happens when we divide by 10? So division is the opposite of multiplication. So have a think, what might happen if we divide 930 by 10? What might happen to this 0, and where might the 9 and the 3 shift to? So at the moment the 9 is in the hundreds, the 3 is in the tens, and the 0 is in the ones. But we can change this by dividing, by taking away the 0 and shifting the 9 into the tens and the 3 into the ones. Okay, we've shifted it backwards, just like when we times it. It's exactly the same. It's the opposite. Any multiplication, if you then divide, it gives you the answer you started with. So let's have a go. 100 divided by 10 must be 10. 180 divided by 10 must be 18. 990 divided by 10, 99. 930 divided by 10, 93. 420 divided by 10, 42. 400 divided by 10, 40. 820 divided by 10, 82. And 270 divided by 10 is 27. So you've got 2 activities that you can play now. Fill in the missing numbers, and if you get all 10 correct in 2 minutes, you're a Mars superstar. And finally, as always, beat the clock. You can give those 2 games a go and then log into your portal and try your lesson. Have a lovely rest of your day.